Hello, it's Joelle, and welcome to this 10-minute chest stretch. We'll get started in a comfortable seated position on your mat or on a chair. And for today, we'll be using some sort of strap or belt or rope, whatever you've got going on. And I'll just turn around so you can see our first exercise better. So we'll take the strap behind the back, hands about shoulders width apart, and just start swaying from side to side here. So today's practice is going to be great for all of us who need to counterbalance some rounded shoulders, some hunched backs. And if the flexibility is there, you might release the strap and interlace the fingers, and just continue that swaying motion from side to side. And hopefully all of this will help us with our posture a little bit as well. And let me start by thanking Steve Kaplan and Suraj Barwal, who both requested posture and chest stretch videos. So I hope that this will help all of us today. Nice work. So let's come back to center. We'll release that motion, shake it out a little bit. And then we'll come to clasp our wrists behind our back and start pulling the elbows back and together. So we're pinching the shoulder blades here and really imagining that you could get those elbows to kiss behind you. Nice little motion to open up through the upper part of the spine as well. Beautiful. So release that, shake it off. I'm just going to turn around again for our next move. So as we place the right hand down here, we're going to open the left arm up and out. So let's just keep that movement going here. We're drawing kind of a semicircle with that left arm, arcing the upper body up and to the left. And you might follow the hand with your gaze. You can maybe start to make that movement a little bit bigger. Just kind of experiment with what feels best in your chest, your shoulder, your upper back. And then let's just take one big shoulder circle, and let's try the other side. So that right arm sweeps up and over. And just noticing if there is any difference from one side to the other. Totally normal if one feels a little bit tighter, whether that's in the chest or in the shoulder. And again, you could absolutely do any of these movements sitting in a chair if that's more comfortable. Just experience what that motion is like in your body today. Very nice. And we'll come back to center now. Slide the left arm behind the back and just clasp your hands over towards your right hip. And we'll just take some neck circles to the right here. So you might close the eyes, keeping the upper and lower teeth gently together so we're not doing funny things with our jaw. And let's take one more here. So we're going in the direction of our right elbow, which is kind of poking out to the side. And then we'll swap sides, swap directions, so hands are clasped towards our left hip now. Left elbow sticking out to the side, and we're taking those nice big neck circles towards the left. So good for you for carving out 10 minutes to open up through the front of the body today. Really nice. And once you've finished that next neck circle, we can release that motion, shake it out a little bit. And we'll take our strap again, a little bit wider than shoulder width now. Lift it up and over the head and just start pressing it back. So a small motion here, just a couple of inches backwards and forwards. And then maybe widen the hands a little bit, enough so that you could bring the strap all the way behind the back. So just kind of play around here a little bit with the width of the strap. Here's a side view for you. And just at your own pace, finding those motions. You might be able to maybe bring the hands a little bit closer together now, which might slow down the movement, and that's perfectly fine. Really moving the shoulder joint through its full range of motion here. And again, you might experiment with inching the hands a little bit closer together on that strap or belt or whatever you've got going on. And then let's just hold in place. So wherever you feel that the motion is most difficult or tightest, just hold there and sway a little bit from side to side. And then take some little pulses here. And release that. Very good work. Those are tough, depending on how close our arms are together. And now we'll widen the hands again. Take the strap up and slightly behind the head and just start swaying it from side to side. And again, you might let the gaze kind of follow that motion as you turn the head from one side to the other. Just kind of experimenting here. And try not to have any slack in that strap. So again, you might have to widen the hands or bring them closer together, just depending on where you're at for today. And then we'll release that. Set the strap off to the side. And we'll come now onto our stomachs. So take your time getting there. Bring the arms out kind of into a T shape, and then we'll roll the entire body over towards the right. So the left foot comes to the ground behind us, and it might be flat or just up on the toes. You might come onto the fingertips of the left hand just to press yourself a little bit further and feel a really deep opening into the right side of the chest. Again, here's a side view for you. This is one of my favorite chest stretches. All right, and then we can come back through center and we'll try the other side. So left arm goes long, and use those right fingertips to press yourself over towards the right, and the right foot rather comes to the ground behind us. And don't get discouraged if it doesn't go too far behind you, if you don't feel like you're getting much of a twist here. It's really all about opening up through that chest. That's all that matters. And you can, of course, do this practice on a daily basis or as often as you'd like. And usually we start to see improvements pretty quickly in places like the chest area. Wonderful. Let's roll back to center. And then we'll take a little bit of a counter stretch by slipping the right arm in front of the left and crawling the hands as far apart as we possibly can here. So the chin is kind of resting on top of the biceps, the upper arm. Again, you might close the eyes here and just enjoy some nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then we can slowly lift up and simply switch sides. So now the left arm will come in front of the right. Wiggle those fingers even further apart as we release down, chin onto the upper arms, eyes closed, nice deep breaths. And of course, I would love to know once you're done with this what you thought of this sequence, if you'd like more posture sessions or anti-desk sessions. Just let me know in the comments or suggest any other ideas. I'm always happy to hear from all of you and help if I can. Wonderful. And then we can press back up, we'll simply roll over and find ourselves in a seated position with both feet flat on the floor, hands behind us at a little bit of a diagonal, just pressing the chest open. And if you'd like, you could bring the hips a little bit closer to the feet just for an even deeper stretch here. Either looking forward or maybe taking the gaze up towards the ceiling. And to intensify even further, you can come up onto the fingertips here. And if you would like to spend 10 more minutes on your mat today, once you're done, I would encourage you to check out my sequence for upper back pain, which I will link in the description box below as a nice complement to this one. Great job. Let's take one final stretch, reaching the arms up and out. And you can shake out the shoulders, see how you're feeling. Great job. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.